What's going on, everybody? My name is Tamar Turner, and I'm the host of the Down to Business podcast, where the mission is to really provide exposure to businesses, entrepreneurs, and artists all around the world in their respective crafts. And we do so through audio and visual interviews where we come on and we talk about all things from getting into the business to most memorable moments to even some advice that you may give for other business owners and entrepreneurs out there. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, we'd love to have you on for an interview. Please be sure to reach out via any social media platform and we'll definitely get back to you. But until then, enjoy this episode. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Down to Business podcast here with Tamar Turner. And I'm sitting alongside a guest who I've actually never met in person, but I was actually able to make contact with her through social media when I first made my announcement with the podcast. She was somebody who was actually tagged in the post, and then eventually we reached out to one another. We're able to connect. I've been following her, not only following her story, following what she does, but really interested in her business and everything that she has going on. So I'm actually sitting alongside Mikala right now. So Mikala, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, can't complain. So, can you tell us a little bit about your business? What brought you on to want to be featured on Down to Business, and how you actually found out about the Down to Business podcast?
Okay. Well, my business is called Celeste Essentials. We're an LLC, and we've actually been in business for about 3 to 4 years now. And I make skincare and hair care, organic handmade products, and they're actually so natural you can eat them or cook with them. I actually found out about your business through Monet. She's my PR.
Okay, so something that I want to go back to off the very beginning is that I want to make sure that I heard it right. You said that your products are so, and correct me if I'm wrong, you said natural and organically made that you can actually eat them. They're edible.
Yes. Well, most of them are actually made. So they're made with, natural products that you can blend up or dry out to preserve them. And I don't really add too many preservatives. So I post a lot of DIY recipes so that people can make them themselves because some products are really so natural cannot ship them.
Wow, that's very interesting. I don't think I've ever, in all of the skincare companies that I've actually come across, I don't think I've ever stumbled across one that has made products so natural that you can actually eat them. So that's very interesting. How did you, in kind of discovering this or in kind of wanting to start this LLC, was that one of your goals on there? Was that something that you kind of just along the way you found out that you could do? And so you said, hey, well, I think that's creative, or was it something that you always had in your mind from the beginning?
Well, I was kind of born into it. I spent a lot of time in the hospital when I was younger, and I learned a lot of, what your body needs and what you should use to keep going and to stay healthy. But in the hospital, they tend to give you a lot of medications. And my grandfather is really into natural supplements and organic life. So he kind of taught me along the way what I'm supposed to do in order to stay natural and stay close to, the earth. And yeah, the medications, they have all kinds of crazy side effects and stuff. So I mean, the Lord already gave us everything we need.
Okay, I like that point for sure. And even in just thinking, I think we've all heard commercials or advertisements out there where they're kind of like you said, it could be a medication, whether it be a pill or liquid, whatever. And sometimes you hear the side effects at the end, that long list that they go to, and you're just like, wow, like, well, what was I originally taking this for? And sometimes the side effects almost sound just as bad as the condition, if not even worse. And it's almost mind boggling how you can put something in your body that could really just seem to only tear it apart, but you tell me that it's supposed to be building it up. So I think that's really
Exactly.
interesting. The whole natural thing is somebody who's actually been steering away from medication, steering away from pills just because of side effects and just not really knowing all the times what I'm putting in my body. I think that that's something important for everybody should know. So with Celeste Essentials, where did that name specifically come from? Like, where did Celeste come from? I can kind of see where the essential part came from and hearing about what you do and what you want to promote, but where did that first part come from?
Celeste is actually a family name. It's my middle name, and it is my great grandmother's, my great great grandmother's, and my aunt's middle name as well.
Okay, and so you just kept it going. Okay, I like that. When you, well, are your products? I know you said skincare. Is this specific just to face is just kind of all over? How does that work?
No, it's actually hair, skin, body, nails. I'll be getting into home goods more. I actually sell candles, woodwick candles, and I sell mood candles. They actually enhance moods, different moods, using essential oils.
Okay. And so I know that you said a little bit earlier in the interview that you spent some time in the hospital when you were younger, and that is when you found out what really your body needs, what we have already, and what really fuels it to keep going. So would you say that that was the whole inspiration for wanting to start this, or would you say that that was it along with something else, or was it something completely different?
Yeah, it was partially the reason, but I actually have a very, very long list of allergies, and I have super, super sensitized skin, and I'm like really allergic to every brand name that you could probably name. So I had to start making my own stuff and finding organic stuff, and it is just really hard. So I just started looking it up, and I'm like, I'm just going to make it because it's either super hard or super expensive. So.
Okay, wow. I definitely do. And that really honestly just makes me question what really these companies are out here promoting, what they're advertising, what they're using in their products. Because like you said, there have been plenty of times where I've read the back of a bottle or read the side of a prescription label or something like that and really couldn't tell you what half of that stuff was, or half of the stuff sounded just as complex as the medication itself. And it's just like, wow, what really is going into my body? What all is going along? And then you even made an interesting point earlier about the Lord already gave us everything that we need. So why are
Mhm.
we kind of going to outside sources, what people are putting together in labs and factories and what have you? So I think that's an interesting concept. So remind us again how long you've been in business.
About 3 to 4 years. We started out with just this thing called a lock bomb. We actually came up with it, and I was just chilling with my friend, and we were talking about how men with locks have a lot of buildup in their hair and they seem to have like a problem getting it out. So we made a lock balm, which is like a bath bomb, but it's for your hair, and you drop it in the sink and you run the water through your hair, and it actually lifts all that dirt up off of your scalp. So when you wash your hair, it all just comes out.
I wish before I started this interview, I mean, I know that I can go back and listen to it, but I wish before I started this, I got a pad and paper with me because you're really teaching me not only some new concepts, but just some new information. I didn't even know that. I was so familiar with bath bombs and I didn't even know there was a such thing that you could do with that to take care of your hair like that. I think that's dope. That's really cool. So I'm
But
assuming, so I've already made the assumption now that your business is for both men and women. So how, and I've also heard you say we, so is it, I know you said that you've been in business now for multiple years. So how many people, if like, what is your team kind of comprised of? Is this like a family thing? Is this a friend thing or?
Well, the team is mostly me, and I have Monet Casson, and she definitely is a huge part of my team. She actually creates all of my posts, which they are informational posts. So, if people want to follow me on Instagram and my website, I post informational blogs and posts. So, like you were saying, you didn't really understand what you're reading on the back of your bottles and stuff. I'll be posting more things to teach people, what to look for on the back of brands, what words mean, because some words they're kind of hidden clues, because like natural does not necessarily mean it's natural. And organic means it's more natural, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's completely natural. So you kind of have to pay attention to what the labels are saying and how they're wording things, because stuff like sensitive skin, that's just taking the scent out of stuff, but it's not necessarily taking chemicals out of things.
Hmm.
So,
Wow, I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. And when you drop that, please let me know, and I'll definitely make sure I get that out to many people because, as someone again who can relate with sensitive skin, it's been really tough for me to. I mean, obviously, try different, like you said, natural and quotation mark remedies and different things that you may see in the store or on the shelf or what they say is really built for sensitive skin. But over the years, I really haven't found anything that really works. But then I tend to find I really start to think about my diet, my water intake, and like you said, those
mhm.
natural things that we already have. And then when I pay more attention to those, I notice that my skin does get better rather than trying to use a cream or like a pill or
Yeah.
something to wipe my face or
We
whatever.
also post informational posts on things like that. So we'll post about vitamins, about how you can, help with your depression and anxiety naturally with essential oils, with all kinds of skincare routines, meditation routines, like anything anybody requests, we can talk about. I also have a blog that goes more in depth of the things that we talk about shortly on Instagram.
Wow, so informative. You really seem to do a little bit of it all, and I definitely think each and every aspect element that you have with this is very essential. So I can see why, like you told us earlier, the name Celeste is definitely there. And now, like you said, I already kind of had an idea, but this is definitely essential to the community, essential to the people, essential for
Yes.
people who can relate, especially. So with you saying that a lot of this is you, comprised of you. You do a lot of the work. I know you said you have Monet who does great work for PR. I know personally, and I can't wait to actually bring her on. But how do you manage to keep up with everything, not only from a product aspect, not only from the diversification of things that you have, but then from putting yourself out there, from letting people know about the things that you do, and then still giving the proper information to everyone?
Well, I actually have social anxiety, so it's kind of hard. It's hard to step out of my boundaries sometimes, but I learn all of my information through medical websites and medical books, and I think I don't really know how to explain that question. It's hard.
Okay, that's all right. No, but and just hearing about everything that you do, and even like I said, from once I got in contact with you, and once I've been able to follow your not only your personal page, but then the Celeste page, and just seeing everything that you do and you put out there, it's just like, wow, you really do a lot. You've come a long way. I definitely do see the progress, and you're doing a lot, and it's actually made me even get to the point where I was on your website looking at things and reading and seeing what does what, because as someone who not only supports businesses, supports black businesses, I also do support like the natural products, the natural remedies, just because I do feel that that's first and foremost what we need to put in our bodies. So I definitely do love the work that you're doing. I'm looking forward to what you have coming. So what would you say is your has been your favorite experience with Celeste Essentials so far? Whether it be maybe, I don't know, a product that you made, maybe, I don't know, you went out to an event, you traveled somewhere, you might have met somebody. What's been your favorite experience since being in business?
Hmm, maybe I think my best experience is just watching it grow. It's like, watching a child grow up or something. Just simply watching it go from 1 to 2 likes and a few views to 400 views and, a few more likes. I'm not getting all the likes that I would like, but
Okay, growth, definitely something that's essential, and definitely something there's always room for improvement, always room for it. So, okay, I like
yes.
that. So
And
now
I
you
also
kind of
have some brands reaching out to me trying to they want to work with me and put my products on their shelves, on their online shelves.
okay. Okay, so like you said, growth, watching it go from what you said, a couple of likes, not getting acknowledged all the time here and there, to now starting online and shelves. And with a lot of people not only shopping online, but with social media just being so heavy, sometimes online is the quickest way. We see all the time how one moment you can say something, whether it be a tweet or see something or a video or reply or something that you put out there, maybe even just being funny. And the next moment is viral. So we see the power of social media. We also see the power of word of mouth. So kind of opened my mind a little bit and made me think of something else. So with this growth, like you said, what is your vision for Celeste Essentials? Like, where do you see the company maybe in 5 years or 10 years, or do you have any long-term goals for the business?
I have too many goals. I actually am just getting started. I really want to open a business product truck where people can come visit me and create products with me. And they'll be able to take some back to them. They'll also be educated on what's in their products and how it works together, and I also plan on opening maybe a store slash salon slash spa. Like, I kind of want to open a whole healthcare pavilion based off of Celeste Essentials.
Okay, so I know that you kind of touched on healthcare a little bit. So how what do you feel is the state of healthcare in today's society? Do you feel like that there's accurate information being pushed out there? Do you feel like things could be done a little differently? Do you feel like people are getting the essential information that they need to know about healthcare, how to go about things?
Well, I am a medical professional and I am a medical student. So I've been learning about, what the scientifically correct way is. And, growing up as a Black person, I know how the Black community perceives medical information. And I just want to get the right information out there because there's so much misinformation and just misinterpretation of what's going on and what you can do to help your body that I feel like a lot of people just have no idea. They're hurting themselves more than they're helping themselves.
Okay, good point. And I definitely do feel there's always something to learn out there. As an African American, we should also always be just open to knowing new things, not always accepting that we may know everything or we know how to handle certain things. There's nothing wrong with getting help or seeking
Yeah.
a medical professional's advice in this case. So, all right,
Especially
so
with mental awareness.
most definitely. And wow, you kind of just segued from my last episode into this one where Miana touched a lot about mental health and mental awareness and really just getting out there, just knowing, just not being afraid to say something and speak up regardless in any situation. So, yes, thank you for that for sure.
You can
So,
actually catch me and Miana working together in the future.
uh-oh, okay.
So,
Okay. Okay. So how soon in the future? Is this something this year? You guys got
yes,
something
it's
cooking?
definitely going to be this year.
Okay.
And we'll actually be putting together an event where everybody can come out and shop and chill and learn and just have a good time.
Okay. Was this as a result of, did you guys meet each other through the podcast? Did you guys kind of know each other before that? Or was this something totally different?
We met each other through Monet. She's the best.
Okay. Oh, wow. So I can't wait to bring Monet on this so she could
Yes,
kind
you
of tell
have
me the
to.
start to
She's
finish what I
awesome.
love. Okay, but I know Monet is working a lot, doing her own thing, but it's great to see that she's connecting people. And it just shows you how small of a world it is out there. So definitely looking forward to that event, that collaboration. I hope that I can definitely be a part of it. Can't wait to see what you girls got cooking.
Hmm.
So now I kind of want to switch things up a little bit. So if you could put one product out there on behalf of Celeste Essentials right now, what would it be and why?
My blemish bar. And I say that because I made it formulated for people with eczema, psoriasis, sensitized and sensitive skin. I think that it really works. Like there's no question about it. I have many reviews about it. People saying from it's clearing up their skin to it's lightening their dark marks to it's lightening their stretch marks. It's softening their skin. They feel like they're glowing more. So it's really helpful. And I actually first I wanted to intend it for just the face, but it actually is great for the whole body. So I'm going to start making it in a body wash, like a liquid form, so people could get more.
Okay, so the blemish bar on behalf of Celeste Essentials. Okay, I like that. So definitely gonna mosey on over to the website once again and check that out. Like you said, not only the reviews speak for themselves, but just what the product does and how it helps people. All right, so I like that.
Mhm.
What would you say in making your well, first and foremost, yeah, in making your products, is there anyone that you partner with to make things happen? I know you make a variety and a host of things. So is this all just, do you order all the products yourselves? I know you work a lot with natural. So is this all that just in-house? Is there anyone who kind of helps you out with that?
My grandma, she's the best. She makes my labels and she helps me figure out, how to package things sometimes. She orders a lot of my stuff for me. She's just so supportive.
You gotta love grandma. Now just I think grandmas are just natural all around because in thinking about a couple of colds that I got growing up, whether it be some really bad ones or just some minor ones, if I was ever around or at my grandmother's house, she made sure that I got a natural remedy, whether it be some type of tea or some type of other concoction that she cooked up for me that may have been super nasty, but I woke up the next couple of hours and maybe even
Feeling
the next day or
good.
so feeling totally different. So grandmas definitely know what they're talking about in that
Yes,
aspect.
they
So
do.
shout out to her, shout out to them worldwide. What would you say has been the biggest accomplishment for Celeste Essentials to date?
That's kind of hard.
Yeah, I know you said you were a little nervous coming into this, but I just like to ask the questions. Yeah, that's gonna make you think a little bit.
Probably becoming an LLC. Just knowing that nobody can take my name is really just a big accomplishment.
Okay. That's okay. I like that. That's a different answer, but I like that. Okay. Is there any company out there that you know of that you're excited to work with or looking forward to work with to kind of put a twist on your business or put a that puts a different approach on how Celeste Essentials comes to the community?
Yeah, I actually am networking with a ton of people this year, and a couple names, Scrub by Keela and Destination Naturals. They are definitely some great people to work with. They also create handmade organic skincare. They both do lashes, and they are just some amazing women. They can do everything, multi talented. And I also own another business with Kaylin, and she also does lashes, the Lachey of Lashes. She sells makeup and yeah, and lip gloss. And we're going to be working together with, it's called A Woman's Cooking. It's our cooking business, and we'll be teaching tutorials and tips on how millennials can make those, home cooked meals for, when you're balling on a budget, you're trying to cook with your friends, but you can't really afford it, those
For
kind of
sure.
meals. So
Okay. So look at that. Women working all around the world. I like that. And no, I'm definitely no stranger, and I know a lot of our listeners out there are within the college demographic, if not recently graduated, getting ready to graduate, or still in college. So we know about balling on a budget. We know about those stretch meals sometimes. And we know about having
mhm,
to look in your pantry sometimes or open your drawers and just put some things together that might not really go together on a regular day. So
yeah.
I think it's good that you all are doing that, and I think it's good that you all are connecting, finding ways to everybody has different avenues or everybody has different niches and explores different talents. But whenever you're able to connect it and really utilize one another, I think that that's important for growth, and I think that that's really good. When it comes to outreach and getting Celeste Essentials out there in the community, and even your other businesses and your services, how do you find to be the best way to reach people?
Word of mouth for sure. I think once somebody, like everybody has that friend where they're just like, girl, that's cute. Or girl, your skin always looks good. Or, where did you get that from? As soon as somebody's like, oh, girl, I just got that from Celeste Essentials, somebody is going to get on my website. Okay.
Okay, I like that, and I like that you're not afraid to go out there. A lot of times, sometimes people just want to sit behind or and not realize the power of really sometimes just stepping outside of your comfort zone, just going out there and talking to somebody, whether it be one person a day, just a simple hello or hey, how you doing can really go a long ways. And I think that that sometimes differentiates people and of how soon we kind of break out of our shell, if ever that exposure that we get and being willing to step outside of our comfort zone, because sometimes you really got to make yourself uncomfortable for growth.
And I
So I like
and
that.
this has been a growing, like, super uncomfortable,
Okay,
super
good.
uncomfortable, but, I'm trying to, 'cause, I really do have social anxiety, and I suffer from, depression as well, so it's kinda hard to get out there and keep going, but you just have to know, like, better days are coming, it's not always gonna be bad, and you can't appreciate the good without the bad, you can't grow without losing, so
Wow. And you are really just making points to my last episode. Once again, I think in the graphic that I posted with Miana, she talked about that it really does take sometimes having the good and just knowing and appreciating it, because things can genuinely be bad, and it could something that I always like to live by is that it could always be worse. That no matter what you're going through, no matter what storm you're facing, no matter what obstacles in front of you, just know that it could always be worse, and God wouldn't have put it there if he didn't think
mhm.
that you could overcome it, if he didn't think that you could bounce back from it. So always just keep that in the forefront of your head whenever you're going through something, whether it be a tough time or you're just feeling stagnant or not really in the mood. So thank you for bringing that up. For those out there like yourself who may suffer from the social anxiety or may just sometimes just have those days where they're just not really feeling it, what would you say motivates you the most? What would you really say is your kickstarter to really keep going?
Just knowing I want a really big mansion.
Okay. A really big mansion. So how big is this mansion? Can we get a little description of it?
A palace. I need a house that has an indoor pool, an indoor spa. I need to have my laboratory for Celeste Essentials down there. My kitchen needs to make sure, it's like a restaurant style kitchen. And I just need so many things. And I don't want anybody to ever say that they got it for me. I need to get it for me.
Okay, so having that drive. So in the kitchen, just kind of want to backstep a little bit because I do love food. Chef or no chef? You cooking it up yourself, or you gonna get somebody else to do it?
Oh no, I cook. I cook
Oh,
by
okay.
myself and I cook with James. His business is actually called When You Gonna Cook for Me. And we've actually been growing together. He started out his brand, I can't even remember when. I want to say we've been working together for about 3 years now. And he's just really doing his thing now. And he kind of taught me a lot of the way he cooks. And my father is also from Louisiana. So I just naturally know how to cook all of those kind of Southern home cooked meals.
Okay, and no shade or disrespect to the North and my Philadelphia people up here, but yeah, it was nothing like that Southern cooking when I went down south. I got exposed to some different recipes. Some things got put in front of me, and I had to ask, "What is this?" And then after having it for the first time, or not, or it going under a different name than what we may call it up here, I realized just how good they really got it down there. And I even got exposed to some new seasonings and took some things back home for the
Yeah.
first time, and it was just like, wow, it's a really different lifestyle down there. So big shout out to y'all. For everyone out there who may be interested in wanting to get involved or wanting to find out more about your products or wanting to may even buy some or tune into your blog just to find out those facts, or maybe even interested in the partnership that you have coming up with Miana, where can they get in contact you? Where can they find you?
They can find me at Celeste Essentials on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm Celeste Essentials. I don't actually reply to anything on Facebook. We just post on there. You can DM us or email us, and our email and contact and book buttons are in Instagram's bio. Our website is in there as well. And really, you could just text me.
I like to keep it personal. Okay, so for everyone out there, I'll definitely make sure that I put that in the bio, and definitely do check out her website. Like I said, I was able to not only learn a lot. If you haven't learned at least one thing from this interview, you definitely got to play it back because, like I said, I wish I would have had a pen, a paper, or something beside me, or had my notes up on my phone because Mikala really dropped some good gems on us, and she has some good resources, some good information out there, and she has a lot more coming. So I'll be sure to include all of that in the bio of this episode. Make sure that you reach out to her for all of your essential needs. Mikala, is there anything out there that you think anybody should know about you, about Celeste Essentials, whether it be something you guys have upcoming, a product out there that you really like, or anything just related to your mental health, something you might have learned since becoming a mental health a medical professional, or anything like that?
Yes, I actually create products where I would be actually doing DIY events. I can come to you, girls' night out or a little girl's birthday party. Even if men want to make some hair products or anything, you can sign up for whatever kind of products you want to sign up for. We can personalize it. We can fix the scent, bring different scents. You can figure out, whatever you want to do for your party, and I will make sure I have everything for you. It'll be informational. You'll know exactly what's going in it and why. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's just get out of your shell. Like, just get out of your own way. I feel like a lot of people are just holding themselves back because they assume people are thinking about them and are going to judge them. But it's just like, honestly and blatantly, you're not that important. So you're going to have to like get out of your own way and network, because anything else, you're not going to get far.
Wow. If I didn't have the fear or the worry that our listeners would have thought things would just got cut off on this end, I would have just hit the stop recording button on that, because that was a really great note to end on. That was a really great message for everyone out there, for a listener, for a potential business owner, for a business owner, for anybody out there just feeling like, what is stopping me, or what am I waiting for? Like she said, just come out of that shell and just watch things really drastically change for you. So Mikala, I want to thank you so much for not only the work that you're doing in the community, not only the resource, the helping hand, the vital, the essential piece that you are right now and what you're doing for the people out there. But thank you for taking the time to come on the Down to Get Business podcast to not only inform me, but my listeners out there about everything that you do, and just a snippet and a taste of what you have coming. So I definitely hope that everybody listening, please, please, please go explore her website. Please visit her page. Please reach out to her. She's doing a lot, and she's a lot of women out here doing a lot. So I hope that I can connect with some of the ladies who you mentioned a little bit earlier. But thank you so much, like I said, for taking the time. Thank you so much to everybody out there listening. This is Tamar Turner here with the Down to Business podcast.
Thank you.